What makes someone human? Is it our body, our mind, or something deeper that we can't quite put into words? That's the central question behind Episode 3 of Alien Earth, and it's one that really sticks with you long after the credits roll. The episode kicks off with a bang. Literally, life and death stakes for Wendy and Joe, and a philosophical thread woven through everything that follows. The writers ask us to think about machines, hybrids, and identity in ways that push beyond the usual alien versus human formula we've seen before. It's not just about the Xenomorph this time. It's about the blurred lines between humanity and technology, childhood and adulthood, trust and manipulation. This is the episode where the show steps fully into existential territory. The most intense moment comes early, when Wendy races to save her brother Joe from the Xenomorph's trap. The alien has him pinned, and things look grim. In classic horror fashion, the Xeno toys with them, but it's not just a fight scene. It's layered with meaning. The creature hesitates around Wendy, almost like it recognizes something off about her hybrid nature. Is she prey or something new? The uncertainty buys them just enough time for a desperate escape attempt. But this is Alien, so nothing goes smoothly. Acid blood, brutal tail strikes, and chaos unfold. Wendy ultimately saves Joe by somehow decapitating the alien. Off-screen, but brilliantly staged. Still, both siblings pay the price with devastating injuries. It's a reminder that in this universe, survival always comes with scars. What's fascinating here is how the show treats Wendy. She's not just a synthetic with downloaded human memories. She's becoming something else entirely. Her fight with the alien leaves her physically broken, but also strangely linked to it. Later in the episode, we see signs that her biology and the Xenomorph biology might actually be connected. That's a chilling twist, because it suggests she's no longer just human consciousness in a machine body. Instead, she might be evolving into something new, something the corporations never intended. This opens the door for a deeper theme. When you tamper with life, you can't always control what comes out the other side. With Wendy and Joe sidelined after their injuries, the spotlight shifts to the other hybrids, known as the Lost Boys. Though in this version, it's more accurate to call them Lost Kids. Characters like Nibs, Curly, Slightly, and Smee finally get room to breathe, and their personalities shine through in surprising ways. What's striking is that they're written like children who happen to have adult bodies. They bicker, they joke, they hide when scared, but under the surface, cracks are forming. Some are beginning to question their place in this strange world where their identities are borrowed from Peter Pan and their futures are controlled by Boy Kavalier, the eccentric mastermind who created them. Nibs, in particular, steals focus this week. After surviving an attack from another alien species earlier, she begins to question everything about her existence. Why was her original identity erased? Why was she forced to accept a silly storybook name while Wendy was allowed to choose her own? Her disillusionment is raw and relatable. It's the kind of frustration any teenager might feel, only magnified by the fact that she's technically immortal, but also trapped in someone else's experiment. Through her, the show explores themes of autonomy, consent, and the cost of so-called immortality. Curly, on the other hand, takes the opposite stance. Instead of pushing back against her new reality, she leans into it. She sees her enhanced abilities and extended lifespan as a ladder to climb. Her plan? Outgrow Wendy, impress Boy Kavalier, and maybe even replace him someday. That ambition is both exciting and terrifying, especially since Kavalier seems disturbingly open to the idea. Their interactions carry a subtle, unsettling energy, almost like he's grooming her for a bigger role. But it's easy to forget. He's a child genius himself, impulsive and reckless. He can't see how dangerous it is to play favorites with kids who might outthink him in the long run. This dynamic creates a fascinating mirror with Morrow, the cyborg survivor from the Maginot. While Boy manipulates Curly with attention and promises, Morrow targets Slightly in a quieter, more insidious way. Earlier, he implanted a tiny device in Slightly's neck, and in episode 3, he uses it to beam his voice directly into the boy's head. To Slightly, it feels like friendship, a guiding hand in a scary world. But to Morrow, it's purely tactical. He wants an inside source within Prodigy, and Slightly is the perfect pawn. The chilling part is how effortlessly Morrow mixes just enough human empathy with cold calculation to pull it off. Morrow himself is a puzzle. Once fully human, now more machine than man, he spent 65 years chasing a mission to retrieve Xenomorph specimens. That obsession has hollowed him out. His humanity has withered, leaving only the mission as his purpose. Yet he's not a mindless robot. He remembers enough about being human to manipulate people, to twist their trust, but he's too far gone to feel guilt about it. His conversation with Yutani makes this clear. He's technically corporate property, yet he refuses orders. He's not human, not machine, something in between. And in that liminal state, he might be the show's biggest wildcard. Meanwhile, the science side of the story takes a grisly turn. Kirsch, Prodigy's lead scientist, dissects a facehugger egg and discovers the tiny tadpole-like creature inside. In classic alien style, this discovery is paired with an ethically questionable experiment. Joe's damaged lung, surgically removed after the Xeno attack, becomes the host. The alien tadpole quickly burrows into the tissue, raising horrifying questions. Is this just Prodigy being reckless? Or is Boy Kavalier deliberately pushing the boundaries of biology to see what new monstrosities he can create? Either way, it sets up Joe as a potential time bomb for later episodes. What's clever here is how the show connects these lab experiments to Wendy's suffering. As Kirsch pulls the tadpole from the egg, Wendy collapses elsewhere in the facility, racked with pain that mirrors the aliens' distress. It's as if she's psychically linked to them, feeling their agony in real time. That raises two possibilities. Either Wendy has developed some kind of